Hey, good morning, my beautiful people. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ from ERGJ Enterprises, and we are back here with the Financial Book Club, and we are actually going through the book, How Rich People Think, by Steve Siebold. Steve, I'm coming from my check. Now, here's the deal, guys. Wealth truly does begin in the mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. And what we're doing is we are depositing wealthy thoughts into our system so that we can actually have wealthy or rich results. So if you're having a problem with profit, revenue, or income, you want to start changing the way that you think about money so you can actually change your results and start to develop a healthy relationship with money itself. And so we've been on this 100-day journey going through this book. We're on day number 94, which means we got 6 more days to go before we're complete, and we're moving on to the next book. So hopefully you've been enjoying this time as we continue to add to our wealth of knowledge. That's right, wealth of knowledge. Knowledge is the new currency, man. So it's 15 minutes a day. That's right, 15 minutes a day to keep broke away. Well, hey, I know you don't have a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time. It's day number 94. Let's get it. The middle class teaches their children the games of the masses. The world class teaches their children the games of the wealthy. That's right, the middle class teaches their children the games of the masses, while the world class teaches their children the games of the wealthy. Good morning, Aaron. How are you, sir? Good morning, good morning. The most popular sports in America are football, baseball, basketball, and soccer. The most popular games are video games. The masses engage in these sports and games for fun. The favorite sports of the wealthy are golf, tennis, and horse racing. One of their favorite games is chess. This is one of the reasons parents attempting to help their kids gain exposure to the wealthy teach them the sports and games they play. Oh, what a strategy. So again, the most popular sports in America, football, baseball, basketball, and soccer, and video games. But the wealthy, they play games like golf, tennis, horse racing, and chess. What a strategy to actually teach your children the games of the wealthy so they can hang out with the wealthy and they can begin to get some wealthy influence. Man, what a strategy. If the child enjoys the activity, it gives them something in common with a powerful group of people who can help them succeed. So here's my question. Have you been teaching your children checkers? Or have you been teaching your kids chess? The average person never considers this concept. Let me say that again. The average person never considers this concept, and many whom I've introduced it to over the years have been offended by the idea. This reaction is rooted in the belief that life is a level playing field, and if you do the right things and play by the rules, you'll succeed. How many of you guys have that belief that this life is a level playing field, but yet the reality tells us that it's not? What a strategy to teach your children the games of the wealthy, and so they can actually hang out with the wealthy and they can have something in common, something as simple as playing a game. Rich influence right there. Nice idea. The only problem is that belief is not true. The people who manifest massive success use every strategy they can. The people who manifest massive success, when the comments below, I want you to put massive success, because it's 2017, guys. We're talking about massive success. We're talking about massive momentum. We're talking about massive action. And one of those things is to have a strategy that not only is something as simple as playing a game, but playing a game that puts you into the influence or puts you into the room with the wealthy. What a strategy. The outside world only sees their newfound wealth. What they missed was the years of planning for success while failing most of the time. Smart parents give their kids every advantage possible, and that includes exposing them to the games the wealthy like to play. That includes exposing them to the games the wealthy like to play. If the kids don't enjoy the game, they aren't forced to play. No parent wants their children playing a sport they hate just for the future advantage it may offer them, but they expose them to the game, knowing it will help them as adults. We've all heard that more deals are done on the golf course than in the boardroom. More deals are done on the golf course than on the boardroom. So, people like Serena, Venus Williams, Tiger Woods. What's that? I don't know. I got to think of the black kid's name that played chess. You know what I'm saying? More deals are done on the golf course than in the boardroom. Isn't that interesting? And I found this to be true. So why not make sure your kids are exposed to these sports and games? Why not? Why not? Sure, they're just kids now, but in the blink of an eye, they'll be adults searching for success. The more powerful people they know, the richer they'll become. Your net worth equals your network. Your net worth will be equal to your network. So if your network is filled with millionaires and people of success, just because you have something in common is something as simple as playing a game, man, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around most. And so I would say, man, let's make sure we're hanging around the people that got massive success. It's the winning combination of what you know and who you know. So everybody put in the comments below who you know, because I found in this world, who you know plays a big part. Because if I go through something, let's just say I'm working and I lose a job. Well, let's just say, saying who you know. So some of the places where who we know are like in fraternities and sororities, right? They build this brotherhood or this sisterhood so that they have this bond through their sorority or through their fraternity. And so now they have this connection so that if they go through something or they're skilled at something, this network of who they know can put them into avenues or places that you couldn't go to because you didn't know those people. See what I'm saying? So the strategy of something as simple as playing a game. Now, again, we're saying the masses play the games that we're used to seeing, right? We're used to seeing playing video games. I played video games growing up. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer. Those are things that, we're pretty familiar with. But while we're over here playing these games and learning how to be athletes, learning how to get a check, they're over here playing tennis, golf, and learning how to play chess, and they end up being the people who cut the check. So you'll get a check as an athlete. Maybe you're a great sports superstar or something like that, but you're still getting a check. You're getting a check from the people who cut the checks. So you got to ask yourself, as far as your children are concerned, do you want them cashing a check, which is nothing wrong with that? Or do you want them cutting a check? Because I can tell you something. The people who cut the checks make more money than the people who cash the checks. So in the comments below, say, cut the check. So as a women combination, if it sounds like a cold, calculated strategy for success, life isn't fair and success isn't free. Woo! Life isn't fair and success isn't free. Welcome to the jungle. Concrete jungle. All right, so here's the deal, man. I love this book because not only does it give you a passage of the day, but it also gives you a quote of the day, a critical thinking question of the day, and also an action step of the day. So your quote of the day today is by Edith Wharton. I got to look that person up. It says, the only way not to think about money is to have a great deal of it. The only way to not think about money is to have a great deal of it. I want to be rich. Not because I just want to have a lot of money, because I got a lot of things that I want to do with this money that can change this world. So I have the desire to be rich. And again, I found in my life when I go to these schools, these nonprofit organizations, any place where I go and teach or speak, a lot of people have a hard time saying, I have the desire to be rich. We got to change our programming, man, for real. All right, your critical thinking question today. Here's what you want to answer or think about today. Do you see this strategy as social climbing? Everybody put in the comments, social climbing. Do you see this strategy as social climbing or smart marketing? This strategy of just putting your children in a position where they're learning to play the games that the wealthy play and put them around or surround them with a network of wealthy kids, just from the games that they play. So in essence, what we're saying is your child could be, you could be in a poor area, low income area where you're living, right? But because of the games that your child learns to play, they can end up in in a circle of influence with kids in a wealthy area just by having that one thing in common. Do you see this strategy as social climbing or smart marketing? Here's your action step of the day. Here's what you want to do as it relates to what we've talked about today. Expose your kids to one of the sports or games of the wealthy and see if they enjoy it. If they do, give them as many lessons in the game or sport as you can afford. Again, you want to expose your kids to one of the sports or games of the wealthy and see if they enjoy it. So for, again, those games, golf, tennis, horse racing, chess, and if you can think of any other games of the wealthy that the wealthy play, put that in the comments below. I didn't do no horse racing. I don't know nobody. I don't know no black people that do horse racing. I don't even know where to find a stable. You know what I'm saying? But I know that a whole bunch of wealthy people at the Kentucky Derby. So the name of the book, man, is How Rich People Think, man. You can go to www.ergj.net. It's in the recommended read section. Here's the deal, man. If I recommended it, why not buy it through me? You see what I'm saying? That's how that works. So expose your kids to one of the sports or games of the wealthy and see if they enjoy it. If they do, give them as many lessons in the game or sport as you can afford. So, again, the strategy is it doesn't matter where you stay. It doesn't matter where you live. What you can do is expose them, right, to these games that the wealthy play and the wealthy children play. And that gives them a common link. Even though they're on the south side of town, they could be playing a game and being connected to the upper echelon or the north side of town just because they have that one thing in common. What a strategy. What a strategy. What a neat idea. Smart marketing. You become your environment. That's right, Toya. So here's the deal, man. This is day number 94 of going through the book, How Rich People Think, man. We got 6 more days to go, man. And I hope we've been changing the way that we think. And remember, the middle class teaches their kids the games of the masses. But we understand that the masses don't run this world. The elite do. And the elite, or the world class, they teach their children the games of the wealthy. This is ERGJ from ERGJ Enterprises. Again, you want to get this book or any other of our recommended reads, just go to www.ergj.net. You'll find a list there. Once we get through this book, we're going to move on to The Richest Man in Babylon. That is my absolute favorite book. I will recommend that book. That will be the starter book I will give to children. If they ask me what one book outside of the Bible would you give to someone to learn about wealth or money, it would be The Richest Man in Babylon. A very easy read. It's been around since 1926. I believe in knowledge that has stood the test of time. So that's why I like old books, because the principles don't change. But at any rate, hope you had a good day. And remember this, guys, man, as you get started on your day, that wealth begins in the mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet.